So I'm currently coming here for my off-season camp, working with professional players back in the UK, and we've come for obviously hot weather training, where the facilities are really nice and a bit different to London. So it's the first time me doing a camp overseas, which I really enjoyed. I've had a few local boys that play for the national team that's always joined in as well. So it's quite nice, and it's a different perspective of our training aspect as well. So it's nice to be here.
First things, what are your initial thoughts of Malta as a country?
It's hot, it's noisy, a lot of construction happening. But I always say, like, even in a training sense, if you can train with the noise happening in there, when you get into a match situation, it's going to be basic.
You just channel out the noise naturally. It's good, especially when you're talking about the players that you're working with in England. They're playing in front of big crowds. Gets noisy in the stadiums.
It gets much worse than someone drilling into a building.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you that.
But it's one of the things that a lot of the locals complain about is the noise, just because, again, it's June, it's tourist season now. And the amount of construction over here right now, people are just like, why don't we do it in the winter? Because during the winter, nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you saying that, because like even the other day when I came, like it was like, I think like 11 o'clock in the evening, and we was coming back from dinner. I was thinking there's construction work happening there. Like it's proper. It doesn't stop whatsoever, 24 hours. And
the amount of people that will like rent hotels looks really nice in the pictures. You wake up next morning, you got massive crane drilling at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah,
literally,
crazy.
It's just, I think but in general, as you said, like the country itself is amazing.
It's beautiful. And the weather, like this pretty much year round. Yeah. Like you get occasional spells of rain.
Yeah, and especially coming from London as well. Obviously, absolutely love London. But in the summer, I say that this week is probably going to be
a heat wave, right? Every time I'm away from England, it gets sunny.
I think I'm going to catch it, which is nice. I don't know if it's going to be that nice because I'm going to be coaching in it, but it's always just nice to have nice weather.
You fly back Saturday, right?
Yeah, so I go back Saturday morning, and then I'm straight back into coaching on the
How long have you been here for total?
So I came here on the Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, once I came in here, I went down to the Urban Zone, which is an amazing gym here where a lot of the athletes work. And we just had a little chat in there, went for a little bit of a coffee. I'm not really a coffee person. I don't drink hot drinks. It's so weird. Everyone around me does, so I always just...
Do you know what? I developed it in Malta. Until Malta, I never drank coffee. Came over here, I'm like 5 espressos a day now.
I just can't. You know what it is? I just said to myself, as long as I don't get into it, I won't take coffee as much as
it's almost like placebo effect now. Like you just have to take it to make yourself trick your brain into thinking
it's psychological. I just say literally, I used to think the same thing, like, oh, Red Bull punched me, but I just say in my head, as long as I get some H2O in me, I feel some good weather, especially in this weather as well, when it's so hot. I feel like
water's the most important thing.
But you do need some taste. So like with the Gatorade and stuff, it is nice just to give that little sweetness.
I figured after seeing you training out there, I was like, let me get in something with a bit of flavour.
Honestly, it's tough. Because it's funny, like a lot of the people I'm sure from the outside, it's oh gosh, those players are getting run into the ground. Our coach is tough, etc. I'm thinking, no one's ever going to think about me. I'm still there having to bring as much energy, because if I'm going into a session, like you set the tempo for your session for the players. If they come into your session, and they're seeing you fatigued and lazy and there's no energy in there, it's just going to feed off it. But then if you're coming with some energy, I always say to the players, as much as I put on the session, I'm going to bring some energy. But at the same time, I want you to bring even more than that, because the main thing is when I'm setting up these sessions, it's all about development. Yeah, that's the most important thing. How can I improve these players, not just physically and mentally, but just in their everyday life? Like that's so important, because a lot of things happen in this world, good, bad, unfortunate. A lot of people, especially in the football field and fitness field, it's a tough game. It's up and down. One day you're at the top, next day you're at the bottom thinking, hold on, everything was going well for me, everyone wanted me.
Where do I go from here?
Literally all the friends I was around were by my side. Now I'm looking at my phone, I'm waking up, instead of getting 15 missed calls in the morning, I'm getting 1 missed call, and it's probably from EEs talking about, can you change your data package, etc. So it is obviously like, I've been around loads of people that's had the ups and downs, and I've seen it. I've been with them when they're down, I've been with them when they're up. But I always say my main thing is, can I make them the best possible individual they can? Whether it's in football, whether it's the fitness side, whether it's just the personal training side, young girls and boys, and obviously older athletes, parents. And I think that's the most important thing when it gets into this type of field of work, because it's not just about, what you're doing, it's how you're impacting people.
Yeah.
I said, if I can impact 0.0001% in this world, I've done my job. So at least everyone knows, like, when you hear Dylan, when you hear sports levels, there's a certain reputation it has of, listen, if Dylan comes, he's not just there to work you physically, mentally, he's there to help you in your everyday life.
Give you a little energy boost.
And that's what it is, you need it, because don't get me wrong, I sometimes have days as well, like, I don't want to roll out of bed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling tired, and I'm like, you know what, get up, take a step forward.
Exactly, small steps when you're feeling bad.
And literally, it'll happen as well. And it's like, you never know, even when I'm traveling through London, I always say, try to walk with a smile on your face, because you never know what someone else is going through.
It's the one thing I always bothers me about England. Yeah. Everyone is so vexed all the time.
I think everyone's just trying to get to their destination. That's what it is. And I always say to everyone, the journey is so important to understand. Like, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to football, whether you're going to training, whether you're going to get a snack to eat, etc. The journey is so important. And then I think translating that into life is also important. Like, a lot of people you see in not just football specifically, but in the world will get to a certain destination, and because their journey didn't teach them how to maintain that destination, how to be strong.
Do not know how to cope with it once they get there. It just goes straight away.
And then you see others who go for a longer journey. Yeah. They get to that destination.
They appreciate it much more. Yeah,
they're strong. They're understanding, how do I deal with this? Because they've been through so much. And I always say, like, no one's problem is bigger than others. Of course, you might see it. It depends how you see it.
It's relative to the individual.
Literally.
Everyone's dealing with different things.
Yeah, because I used to be, oh my gosh, like, this is tough for me. I'm thinking their problem might be little, but to them, it's massive. And you just got to appreciate it and say, do you know what? In what way can I help?
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing.
It's the sort of mindset that you think if the whole world had that, oh my God, things would be so much better for everyone. Like, there's just so much conflict and dispute for unnecessary reasons. Like you said, you don't really know what other people are going through. That journey to work, you might bump shoulders with someone. You have no idea what they're going through that day.
They're just tired. They're just feeling sluggish.
Done with life. Yeah. That one little interaction, if you're negative towards them, takes them over the edge, and suddenly you got a big situation on your hands.
And I always say that as well. Like, I've always spoke to friends and families and, like, people just in their everyday life, in my everyday life, and said, like, it's so crazy when you think of it. You're just on a tube or the bus or just walking, and you're walking past loads of people. You don't know their name. You don't know their day. You don't know if they're happy or sad. And I say, there's that one smile of appreciation, or you're welcome, or thank you, having some manners about you. It can just make someone think, oh, do you know what? That's quite nice. Like, okay, that person say thank you. Oh, you okay? Yeah, good. You might not get into a massive conversation with them, but it just, I think, saying those little words, especially when someone might just be thinking, I'm absolutely done. They're seeing, there's still hope in the world. And I think that's so important with everything you do.
Do you know what I find incredible as well? It's always those little interactions you have where you discover something about someone that suddenly, it might not be immediate, but down the line, that's that contact that you can go to when you've suddenly got a big idea or something that you need, and suddenly you've got that crossover.
Yeah, I always say, I think, as I said, I think networking is so important.
So important.
It's so important.
I mean, that's why I reached out. It's like one of those things, passing moment. I know you're here for a couple of days. I'm like,
why
chance
not?
It for a
even
message.
Myself, when obviously I've seen the message, I was just like, why not? Like, what's the harm in going to do it? It's always nice to meet new people. It's always nice to network. It's always nice to expand your, obviously, field of work. And I'm in Malta. I'm going to probably be in Malta a few more times because it's
I was going to ask, is this something you're going to want to do kind of in an ongoing way?
I do think in the longer scheme of things, it's about seeing, obviously, I've got some things in mind. It's about seeing how I can help in a sense.